Well, good evening and welcome to the First United Bank Center in Canyon, Texas. I'm Kent Johnson along with Luke Kinsey here to call tonight's Lone Star Conference basketball game between the West Texas A&M Buffaloes and the Western New Mexico Mustangs. The Buffaloes return to the First United Bank Center tonight to open a two-game homestand after splitting 2 games on the road last week. After dropping an 82-77 decision at Angelo State, the Buffs rebounded with a solid 87-67 victory at UT Permian Basin on Saturday afternoon. And while the offensive output is there, it's becoming apparent that any success which the Buffs are going to have this season is going to be dependent on their defensive efforts. Western New Mexico has won 3 of its last 5 outings, including a 70-66 win at Cameron this past Saturday. Josh Gibson's teams can grind it out for the win, as is evident by the fact that 6 of their 9 wins this season have come when they have scored 70 or fewer points. Defensively, the Mustangs are allowing just 68 points per game, with their last 3 opponents averaging just 68 points. So, Lucas, we have seen the Buffs when they have played well and they have won, and we have seen the Buffs when they haven't defended well and they haven't fared so well.
Well, we've seen them at home, obviously, this season, Kent, and at home. They usually have played really good on the offensive side. They shoot the ball well here at home. The last several times that we've seen the Buffs, Larry Wise has been really hard for teams to defend. We've seen Juju kind of get going and kind of be a distributor, which he is so good at out in the full court. Damian Thornton is also very explosive. We know that. As you said it, though, Kent, it's not been a surprise this year. What makes the WT Buffaloes go is the defense going to show up, or are they going to struggle?
For Western New Mexico, they're not a high-powered team. They average 69 points a game, but they only have 1 player averaging double figures. They have 8 players averaging between 4 points and 9.5 points. Let's meet the starting lineups now. First, our visitors from Silver City, New Mexico, the Mustangs, in their 3rd season under head coach Josh Gibson. They come in with a record of 9 wins against 5 losses. They are 3-5 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start at one guard, Keith Littles, a 6'4" graduate student from Augusta, Georgia. Littles transfers in from Florida A&M, averaging 10.8 points, 2.7 rebounds. The second guard, Amarian Cash, a 6'3" senior from Phoenix, Arizona. Cash averages 2.6 points, 0.8 rebounds a game. The third guard is Josh Johnson, a 5'6" senior from Phoenix, Arizona. Johnson averages 7.9 points, 2 rebounds a game. The forward is Isaiah Lewis, a 6'7" junior from Mansfield, Texas. He transfers in from Northern Arizona, averaging 6.7 points, 4.9 rebounds a game. And Ian Hohenstein is the center, a 6'7" senior from Veracruz, Mexico. Hohenstein averages 4.4 points, 3.9 rebounds. For the Buffaloes, they're in their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown. They come in with a record of 9-5. They are 7-1 in Lone Star Conference play, with that 1 loss coming last week at Angelo State. They start a 5-guard lineup. Tonight they've got Julius Brown at the point, a 5'10" senior from Westerville, Ohio. Brown averages 15.2 points, 2.9 rebounds. The second guard, Damian Thornton, a 6'5" senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, and a transfer from Southwestern Oklahoma State. Thornton averages 14.8 points, 4.1 rebounds. The third guard, Cameron Bell, a 5'10" sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Bell averages 2 points a game, 1.4 rebounds per outing. The fourth guard, Addison Wallace, a 6'3" sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Wallace averages 6.2 points, 4.1 rebounds. His 10 blocks this year leads the team. And rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise, a 6'4" sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas. Wise averages 15.2 points, 3.3 rebounds. Our officiating crew tonight, Nick Atwood is the referee. The umpires are Eric Ivory and John Jenkins Jr. So there's our starting 5, our officiating crew. The Mustangs on the floor wearing their road purple with the gold trim around the shoulders, WNMU, and the numeral in white on the chest. The Buffs wearing their white home Under Armour uniforms with the maroon across the shoulders. West Texas and the numerals in maroon across the chest. And Lucas?
This is a big one, Kent. Look at the West Division, right, in the Lone Star Conference. At the top coming into tonight, Midwestern State 4-1, Angelo State 3-1, WT 3-1, Eastern New Mexico 3-1. Right underneath all that bunch, Western New Mexico 2-2. This is a big-time game here. You look at Tom Brown all-time against Western New Mexico, never lost to the Mustangs, 11-0.
And this is a much improved Mustang team from what we've seen years past. Some familiar faces, but some new blended in. We'll see what Josh Gibson's team can do tonight.
We'll be keeping an eye on Zach Toussaint as well, Kent. He is getting closer and closer to moving into fourth place all-time for the three-point field goals made list.
He trails Martin Latibedaire by 6 threes as we head in.
Which is doable for Zach Toussaint.
Yes, it is. Buffs win the toss, going from left to right. Thornton in the far corner. Outside to Wise. Thinks about the drive, kicks it on the wing to Thornton. Pump fake. Thornton picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Wallace. 6 on the shot clock. Addison will put up a 3. Missed it. Rebound still loose. Comes down to the Mustangs, Hohenstein.
Yeah, Addison on the season, 5 of 24 from the three-point line.
Littles up top. Hands it off to Johnson. Back to Littles. The wing, Littles distributes down low to Lewis. Kicks it back out. Shot clock at 7. On the wing, Lewis starts his drive and walks.
That's pretty good defense by Addison. Wallace is used to this. He's given up a couple of inches, usually guarding the opposing team's big man to start the game.
And we see there that Western very content to play the half-court game.
Wow, that shot went in by Thornton, but they call a foul away from the ball.
Let's see who this foul's going to go.
Oh, they called it.
They got against Larry Wise offensively. Wow.
Foul number 35, Larry Wise was first, team first.
Yeah, that Thornton put it straight in, and that was a beautiful three-pointer there, but no points yet for either side.
Minute and a half into the ball game. There's another turnover. Julius Brown forces that one. Keith Littles couldn't control the ball.
Mustangs this season turn it over 15 times a game.
They already have 2 tonight. There's a long 3 by Thornton, no good. Good job of clearing out underneath by the Mustangs' Lewis.
3 possessions for WT, Kent. 3 outside shots. No points yet.
Here's Cash dribbling on the wing to Hohenstein. He's open, but that's not his shot. Gives it to Josh Johnson. Near corner to Cash. Drives baseline. The reverse won't go. Ball loose. Juju tracks it down in the corner. Brown outside to Wise. His 3. Nothing but net.
4 possessions, 4 threes, and now 1 that went in the hole and counted.
Buffs strike first. 3-0 lead. Just a couple minutes into this ball game.
See if Western could find a way to use its size advantage.
Lewis kicks it in the corner to Josh Johnson. His 3 no good. Brown with the rebound. Here come the Buffs. And Brown airmailed it, trying to find Cam on the break.
That's one thing that has just not been quite as good as what we've seen in years past is the transition game for the Buffaloes for whatever reason. One guy that can definitely get up and down the floor, though, comes on the floor here off the bench, Ahmed Muhammad.
He joins Zach Toussaint on the floor. Toussaint, a 5'11 junior from Johnsburg, Illinois. Muhammad, a 6-foot freshman from Glendale, Arizona. Here's Cash. Mustangs rather switch sides, and the jumper banks it in by Littles. That's what the box is there for.
You know, as he was dribbling, his head was down, didn't even see the rim until he was up in the air.
And there's Larry Wise again. Hello with his second 3 of the night. He is 33 of 81 from outside this year.
If you're defending Larry, and he's difficult to defend, no doubt, but you have got to get up on him. You can't let him get comfortable just sitting back and shooting threes, and they have let Larry sit back and shoot threes so far.
Isaiah Lewis picks up his dribble, feeds inside to Cash. Cash kicks it back outside. Shot clock at 6. Lewis left wing to Josh Johnson, back outside to Lewis, who drains the 3.
Good penetration. They drew the second defender over, and that left a wide open shot for Isaiah Lewis.
6-7. Gonna have a foul inside. Amarian Cash is first, the team's first. Non-shooting foul, Buffs to inbound to the right of their bucket. Brown gets it in deep to Wise. Wise with all 6 of the Buffs' points. Gets in the paint, kicks it out to Thornton. Nice fake underneath to Wise, who lays it up and in. Coming across a little late was Hohenstein. Wise got the shot to fall.
Yeah, Mustangs fortunate they didn't get a foul in an and-one situation there. It was strong muscle inside by Larry, and a good assist from his teammate Damian Thornton.
Very unselfish by Thornton. He had an open shot himself. Little give and go there.
Yeah, that's
charge. They called the charge.
No, they called
the block.
They called a block, and that's the right call. Damian gets over a tad late, tried to sell it. I appreciate the acting skills, maybe theater back in high school for Damian, but that time it did not follow through with a foul going his way as we take the media timeout.
15:47 to play in the first. Buffs lead at 8-7. We'll be back after this. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
There's a look at Larry Wise. Told you he was on a hot streak, especially here at home. Larry off to a good start. Already 8 points. All 8 of West Texas A&M's points. Chance for Western to tie it here at the free throw line, though.
And the shot is no good. Buffs by 1. There's Ryland Holt in the lineup, off to Wise, back out to Holt. His 3, too strong. Muhammad comes down with the rebound, and we're going to have a foul over the back called against Keith Littles.
It is fun to watch Muhammad out there, you know, whether he's driving in the paint, going high in the air, he's going after a rebound.
He has hop.
Yeah, just, you know, that play, Mustangs 2 defenders, they should have been able to get the rebound, but Muhammad came up with it.
Muhammad on the wing. Back to Toussaint, wanted to shoot, mishandled the ball. Brown, he'll put up the 3 from the corner. Short. Rebound comes down to Lewis. Lewis brings it up court. Gives it to Johnson. Lewis on the wing. Very maneuverable for 6'7".
Well,
misses the short shot.
He hurt his coach because Zane Gibson said, drive it.
And he did and missed. Here's Muhammad, open for three, in and out.
Good look there.
Littles with the defensive board.
You know, for a shooter, you say that there's not such thing as a good miss, but when a shot goes in and out like that, gives you confidence you're going to make the next one.
Little hook by Cash in the paint falls. That gives Western the lead at 9-8. Brown, pull up from 15, no, but Holt gets the offensive rebound. Outside to Wise. His three's too strong.
It's going to be a foul on Muhammad.
Comes over the back of Keith Littles for Ahmed, his first, team's third.
It's good to see Rylan Holt back. Kent had that ankle injury. He was nursing for a few games, and they need his size and his effort that he provides out on the floor.
Brock Mashak to the floor for the Buffs. 6'3" freshman from Fort Collins, Colorado. Averages 5.5 points. Made a couple of starts over the past month. Here's Littles. Up top to Olamide Peterson. Peterson to G.J. Heath. It's back to Littles. Tony Avalos pulls up from 10, misses. Thornton skies high for the rebound. Thornton brings it up court, accelerates, and is taken down. Tripped up by DJ Heath. That'll be Heath's first. Team foul number 3 against the Mustangs. Buffs basketball. Thornton on the inbounds. Wants a screen from Holt. Kicks it on the wing to Holt. And we've got a charge called against Rylan Holt. His first, team foul number 4 against the Buffs. Buffs in a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Trailing by 1 as Western leads at 9-8. 13.5 to play here in the first. Heath kicks it outside to Dane Quest, 6'6" junior from Ontario, Canada. Quest on the wing. Drives, little floater off the glass, won't go, but the Mustangs get the offensive board, and Peterson puts it in.
That's that size that WT is going to have to box out, and box out strong, because if they're just straight under the basket, it's going to be easy to get those rebounds and score.
Thornton open, misses from outside. Buffs 0 for their last 5.
Oh, boy. That's a silly, silly foul there by Western's Peterson. Kind of just in a little bit of a shoving match with Mashak after his teammate had secured the rebound and is taking the ball up the court.
Coach Gibson not happy with
Yeah.
that play at all. His team up by 3 on the road. Thornton drives in, kicks it outside to Mashak. His three's an air ball. Peterson with the rebound.
Yeah, Brock's got to be ready for that. It was a pretty good look. Can't leave it that short.
Quest turns it over. Oeasy going to take it in himself.
Wow. It's a very athletic move right there for the big man.
Steal and score for Jesse Oeasy. Buffs pull within 1 at 11-10. Here's a pull-up jumper, drained, a 2-pointer by DJ Heath just inside the arc. Bumps the Mustangs lead back up to 3.
You know, looking at this roster, Kent, they bring in some guys. DJ's one of them. Transfers: Alabama State, Tennessee Tech, Florida A&M, Northern Arizona.
Toussaint misses, Oeasy rebounds, and is fouled. Peterson just picked up his second. And if you're defending Western New Mexico, one thing you want to see is the 6'9" guy in foul trouble. We've got a timeout on the floor, 11:48 to play first half. Buffs trail 13-10. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shim & Dillon Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim & Dillon Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to Canyon, Texas, site of tonight's game here between Western New Mexico and West Texas A&M. Western New Mexico leads 13-10. Buffs struggling from the field, just one of their last 8, but they're going to have a chance here at the free throw line. See if they can get some points. You know, the last time the Buffs played, KJ, it was Ahmed Muhammad that led the Buffs in scoring. Scored 13 points in their win over UT Permian Basin.
Had 7 rebounds to go with it. Jesse Weezy at the line. Hits the first of 2. Can make it a 1-point game with a bucket here. Can't do it. 13-11 stays our score. Buffs just one of their last 8 from the field. Here's Avalos. Senior drags his foot. It's going to be turnover number 5 against the Mustangs. And there's a turnover against the Buffs away from the ball. I believe Cameron Bell gets called with the moving screen. His first, Buffs 5th as a team. That'll be turnover number 4 against the Buffs. Oh, that is a strong block there, but they're going to call a foul against Addison Wallace. Tony Avalos ran into Addison and fell like a sack of flour.
I thought I was watching the replay of Georgia TCU for a second. Look at this. Bonk.
Unintentional, but foul called against Addison. Here's a long 3. Dropped.
Okay.
DJ Heath has 5.
Yeah, he's a transfer from Alabama State. They're going to have to get up and guard him.
5-point Mustang lead. Brown off the glass. He does that so well. First bucket of the night for Juju. Left-handed runner by Heath, no good. Rebound to the Buffs. Buffs on the run. Wise on the wing. Kicks outside to Thornton. Steps behind the arc and nails it.
Well, Damien, a veteran player, you saw him, Kent, when he caught it, he wasn't in rhythm. So what did he do? He had enough time to check his feet, get set, square up, drain the shot.
Made sure he was behind the line, and we are tied at 16.
That's great offense. Now, you say all that, if you're able to do that, the defense, you got to hurry up and get over there.
Avalos tries to bank it in and can't get it to fall. Thornton again, same spot, same result.
Damien can get going in a hurry.
Buffs up 19-16. They led by 4 points, 2.5 minutes into the contest, and there's a steal by Aweezy. And he's going to be fouled going in. Coming in from behind and
Avalos
committing the foul is going to be Tony Avalos, his first, team foul number 6. Weezy goes to the line to shoot twice.
It's a couple of steals already in the first half for Jesse. Good defense.
ALMS trip to the line.
And this is what we saw last year from Jesse, and Just been waiting for the burst this year as he rims out the first shot.
His last home game, he was really good, Kent. Got to visit with him after the game. Very likable young man.
Sophomore from Roanoke, just north of Fort Worth. Knocks down the second of two. He's got 4, and the Buffs' lead is at 4. 20-16, just under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Jalen McFadden gets the ball away to Cash. Cash lobs it inside to Hohenstein, goes up, and we've got a foul underneath. This is going to go against Damian Thornton, his second, team 7th. So the Mustangs are shooting.
And really, when he catches, if he just goes straight up, he scores easily. Still draws a foul, but
not a lot of contact there.
No, not a lot of contact.
Hohenstein missed his first opportunity, missed his second. Here's a stat for you. For the season, Hohenstein 5 of 19. That's 27% from the line.
At the free throw line.
From the free throw line, not the three-point line, the free throw line.
Yeah.
0 of 2 tonight. Third shot, missed a ball.
Well, I can just tell you from my old coaching days, I cringe, Kent, when I see big men, ball under the goal, and all of a sudden they're dribbling it down under their knees.
Yeah.
Bad things happen.
Keep the ball up. Here's Wise backing in, kicks outside to Wallace. Addison walks.
Tom Brown doesn't know about that call. I don't either. I didn't see the back foot slide. Officials made the call travel against the Buffs. Western New Mexico in a scoring drought nearing 2.5 minutes. Mustangs need a bucket.
Couple surprise scores in the Lone Star Conference men's basketball. We'll hit them in just a moment.
That was great ball defense by Muhammad.
Avalos in the paint. Took a step.
So both teams struggling offensively last couple possessions. What do you got over there, KJ? The LSC scores.
Yeah, down in St. Angelo, 6:30 to play in the first. Angelo State leads Midwestern 27-23, but a close one. How about down in Lubbock? 6 to play in the first. Eastern New Mexico 21, Lubbock Christian 20.
Okay.
Greyhounds coming to town this Saturday. We've got a foul against the Mustangs. Jalen McFadden, his first, the team's 7th. That's going to send Larry Wise to the line, shooting 1-1. Makes the first.
I was talking about the conference standings earlier, mentioned the divisional standings. The conference standings, though, it's the Buffs and Angelo State that are at the top with a 7-1 LSC record.
Second shot by Wise is good. Shooting 91% from the line, and he backs that up. 11-0 run for the Buffs over the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, where is Western going to find their scoring?
Emmanuel White, senior from Katy, Texas. Tied up by Muhammad, and it's a 5-second call.
Yeah. Great defense by the Buffs. Great pressure first by Muhammad, but then everybody else covers out on their man. Good denial defense. And that's what Tom Brown, Chris Gove, and David Chaplovic like to see. David even played a little bit of defense at the end of his career, Kent. Right?
Okay. No, David got some steals late.
Yeah.
He steal and score.
Number one scorer all time, program history.
Glad to have him back in town and on the staff. Brown drives, stops, the old fadeaway from 12, knocks it down.
Yeah, sometimes you get the sense that Julius shoots better when it's off balance.
Yeah.
Again, look at Muhammad's defense. He is just hounding the ball.
Here's Cash, cross court to Littles. Air mails it in the corner, looking for Johnson.
and he's open. He's open in the corner. If that's a good pass, he's putting up a 3.
9th turnover against the Mustangs, who have 4 turnovers in their last 3:45. 7:29 to play first half. Buffs lead it 24-16. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
West Texas A&M on an impressive run. It's a 13-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. Glad to have you joining us tonight here on the broadcast. Our Thunder Vision production team bringing you first the Lady Buffs 73-66 win earlier tonight, and now the men playing well, leading by 8.
And the quandary is Western is still shooting 50% from the floor, so
yeah,
the coaches are going to look at it and say we're not defending. Here's Wise. Drives in, stops at the block.
And that time he did travel.
Wanted a foul, but he kind of bucked as he drove. Got called for the foul.
Yeah, I'd like to see Larry on that play right there as deep as he got in the paint. Instead of turning sideways and looking for a pass, pull up and hit that little soft jump shot.
Josh Johnson almost drug the pivot foot. Got it off to McFadden.
They're going to get Zach
running through the screen. That's what they're calling. Zach got held up in the screen, and he bucked his way through, and they're going to call him with the contact. That's his first, team's 8th.
You know, for Zach, no doubt this will change, Kent, because he gets hot in a hurry, but he's only taken 1 shot. He's 0 for 1 and hasn't scored yet tonight.
And that shot was early. McFadden to the line. He is just 10 of 22 from the line, 45%. Knocks down the first.
Yeah, that one looked good.
As a team, the Mustangs are 66% from the line. McFadden makes them both. He has 2 points on the evening. Brown, step back, 3, knocks it down. 7 for Juju. And the Buffs lead by 9.
Yeah, combined.
Oh, nice give and go. Good pass if Hohenstein can convert.
Hohenstein, keep that ball up.
Get the ball up and go hard.
He's going to go to the free throw line again. 17 of the Buffs' 27 points scored by 2 players, Julius and Larry.
Addison Wallace picks up his second. Team's 9th. Hohenstein goes to the line 1 and 1. Two-shot opportunity, rather, as he misses the first, and he is 0 of 4 from the line. Now make it 0 of 5 as Oweezy gets the defensive bucket.
As a team, they're 2 of 7 from the free throw line.
Muhammad, his 3 won't go. Hohenstein with a nice defensive rebound. Outlet to Littles. Little's going to drive in, put it off the glass, too strong. Hohenstein goes up, and he's fouled.
That's a great effort. The only unfortunate thing is the Mustangs are going back to the free throw line.
Shooting twice.
This is, no field goals for Western over 5 minutes. Turnovers kind of piling up a little bit with 9. And a good job there of settling in and making a free throw.
Yes, sir. Journey Phillips replaces Ahmed Muhammad in the lineup. Phillips, the transfer from A&M International, averages 2.5 points a game. Had a high of 8 earlier this year against Florida Southern. He's going to waste no time in putting up a 3. Rims off. Here's Heath underneath to Hohenstein. Had his shot blocked. Gets his own rebound and puts it in.
That's some good hustle here by Western has gotten them back in this thing. They only trail by 6.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. Let's leave it here.
First Financial Bank timeout.
Buffalo's up by 6 points. Western shooting 47%, WT 45%. Buffs have made 5 of their 3-point field goals. They put up 15.
Angelo State's opened up a 12-point lead late in the first, 35-23 over Midwestern State. UTPB at the half leads Cameron 51-31. Lubbock Christian has taken a 31-25 lead with 2.5 to play in the first down in Lubbock. Texas A&M Kingsville leads Dallas Baptist at the half, 28-27. St. Mary's on the road at Arkansas Fort Smith leads 30-22 with 1 minute to play in the first half.
A lot of even teams. It seems like a lot of close games this year. The conference tournament could be very competitive this season.
Here's Brown on the baseline, knocks it down. 9 for Juju.
Good double team there by Weezy, that nearly forcing a turnover.
Littles manages to get rid of it, gets it to Heath, whose 3 is no good. Here come the Buffaloes. Brown off the glass. They're going to give him the 2 shots. Yes, they are. Foul going to go against Josh Johnson, his first. Team's 8th. Brown at the line, shooting twice. First shot, knocks it down.
Yeah, Julius, very strong first half. He's been locked in.
He's got 10. And 11. As he bumps the Buffs' lead up to 10. And there's a turnover.
Yeah, they called an illegal screen.
Illegal screen going against Josh Johnson, his second.
Number 13, Josh Johnson, his second. Team 9.
Just inside of 5 to play in the first. Buffs up 31-21.
Yeah, those turnovers, unforced errors, starting to hurt Western New Mexico.
Phillips underneath. Wise found him.
It seems like WT, the scoring is coming easy. And for Western, it's not. They're really having to work.
The Mustangs defense is breaking down. Here's a 3 from the corner. No good by Heath. Ball out of bounds. 3 Buffs. Couldn't corral it. Mustangs basketball to the right of their bucket. Buffs shooting 50%, 11 of 22 from the floor. In the paint, little hook. Won't go by Heath. Buffs with the rebound. Mashak to Oweezy, who's fouled.
Yep. Good feed from Brock. And again, Jesse catches it, keeps it right under his chin, strong, goes right back at the basket and draws contact. Here's a replay.
AOMS trip to the line.
And really a pretty play from Mashak.
Yeah, that was a nice assist. Jesse's first shot's good. He's got 5. His best outing this year scoring-wise, 13 points against Cameron.
Good minutes.
Had 6 rebounds against Arkansas Fort Smith.
Good minutes for Jesse. They're going to get Larry a breather, and Rylan Holt will check back in for West Texas A&M as we get close to the 4-minute stretch and the largest lead for WT all night.
At 14. There's an outside 3, no good by Littles, and Jesse got the rebound because he cleared out the paint. Jesse's second personal. Team foul number 2. Mustangs will be shooting twice from here on in. Lewis hits the first.
So Buffs will go small here. Toussaint checks in. Oweezy comes out. So really Rylan Holt, your only big man on the floor right now.
Lewis makes them both. He has 5. Trims the Buff lead to 12. Brown, right side to Holt. Holt tried to go cross court, but it was picked off. Mustangs on the run. Littles with the fast break.
That was one of the better defensive trips that Western has had in quite some time, and they get the steal. They get out in a hurry. This is a fast team. 4 straight points for Western New Mexico.
Phillips drives in. He's blocked and fouled.
Coach Gibson
Jalen
doesn't
McFadden
agree with that call. He blocked him up top, but there was body underneath.
Media timeout. 3:30 to play in the first. Buffs up 10. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as we near the end of the first half with the Buffs leading by 10, have led by as many as 14 points here in this first half. WT getting a lot of free throw attempts. That means they're driving to the basket. Good things happening.
Journey Phillips is 4 of 5 from the line this year at 80%. Shooting twice here, knocks down the first.
Yeah, good form. It's always interesting. You see every player kind of has a different routine, different form. Which Journey gets his feet spread apart pretty wide. He's going to walk up to the line.
Got them both.
And it works, right? It's all about rhythm, routine.
Feeling comfortable.
Yep. Remember back in the days of the Utah Jazz when they were battling the Bulls, Jeff Hornacek would touch the side of his face. That was his thing, and he said it was to say hello to his kids that were watching, kind of a tribute to them. So
Keith Littles misses everything. Buffs with the rebound and a 12-point lead. Brown misfires on a short jumper. Littles outlets to Johnson. Johnson drives baseline. The reverse blocked by Phillips. Rebound to the Mustangs. Heath grabs the basketball.
Good block by Journey.
Kicks it outside to Avalos. Underneath, nice feed and score to Isaiah Lewis. He has 7. Brown outside, wants to shoot it. Gives it to Mashak, who will shoot it and knock down the three.
Good offense right there. Buffs get a really good look.
That's the 6th three of the half for the Buffs, who now lead 40-27. Avalos, the turnaround off the glass.
Yeah, that's when you just tip your cap to Avalos. Pretty good defense by Juju, and just a better shot by Avalos.
You're going up against one of the best guards. Mashak outside, another three, another make.
That quick release, the trigger. Smoking gun.
And look at Zach play defense. Gets the jump ball. It'll stay with the Mustangs.
Brock Mashak.
Good hustle there by.
Look how fast this shot gets off. Bam. And the defense is trying to come over.
Yeah.
I said, hey, we knew.
DJ Heath was closing fast.
The Mustang players, we knew about 14 in the scouting report. We didn't know 3 was going to knock him down that quick, and he is.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold on the inbounds against Holt. His second.
So is that called halting there? You know, back to the free throw on here, Kent. And this shows you kind of the crazy sports fan that I was, but one of my favorite players to watch on the free throw line, it was a little bit of an adventure, but it was because of his style, was Billy Cartwright. He would pull that ball up over his head, kind of to the side. Yeah, with the release. And of course,
you're too young to remember Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain would stand. He was a lousy free throw shooter, and he would stand at the top of the key.
Okay. What about Rick Barry?
The granny shot. The miss by Holt. And we're going to have a foul, I think, Larry Wise.
Some more free throws.
This is going to go.
Yeah, Tom Brown is really upset here. Buffs still leading by 12 points.
Got a timeout on the floor. It's going to go against Ryland Holt. No, it's just a turnover, not a foul.
Oh, okay.
So we got a timeout, 1:37 to play. Buffs up 43-31. We'll be back after this. You're watching WT Basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
It is on Ryland. They just got it marked down. There was a foul on the last play. It goes against Ryland Holt. That's going to be the junior's third.
Missed free throw there. That's
Keith Littles.
7 free throws that the Mustangs have missed in this first half.
It'd be a 5-point game if they missed their free shots. Littles makes them both. Actually missed the first, got the second.
At halftime, Kent, I'll visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock, and then also we have an interview with West Texas A&M Lady Buff national champion Tatum Stowe.
Toussaint misses the running jumper. Buffs get 2 offensive boards and finally the putback.
Yeah, good hustle by WT, but then on the other side, Coach Gibson, arms up in the air. He's thinking, we got to have better effort than that on the boards.
Brock Mashak with 8. And a turnover against the Mustangs, number 11 of the half. Buffs by 13 with 1:09 to play.
Too many turnovers, too many missed free throws. There's your story for Western New Mexico.
Long three, drained by Larry Wise.
And maybe too many open looks for Larry Wise. Add that.
30-second timeout called by the Mustangs.
Yeah, Larry with 3 3-pointers now. Here's a look at the last one again. Who's guarding him? Who's covering 35?
Keith Littles was just floating in the lane. By the time he got out there on Larry, the shot was already at the apex of its arc.
And this is a great sign. Already in double figures. We're not even to halftime. Larry Wise, 13 points. Julius Brown, 11 points. Brock Mashak has 8 points, and then Jesse Aweezy and Damian Thornton each have 6.
Balanced scoring for the Buffaloes, shooting 50% from the field at 15 of 30. Knocked down 8 threes, and they're 10 of 12 from the line. Inside of a minute to play in the first, Buffs up 16. Avalos up top, guarded by Tucson. Right side to Johnson. Dumps down low to Little. Spin move from the baseline, no. Mashak with the rebound. Here come the Buffs. To Tucson, who walks. Had the right idea.
Yeah.
Just not the execution. Turnover number 9 against the Buffaloes.
Western going to milk this clock as much as possible here.
4-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Tony Avalos outside, guarded by Muhammad. Shot clock at 6. Avalos tries to find Lewis up top, comes back to Avalos. A wild 3, no good, but the Mustangs get the rebound. At the buzzer, a shot missed by Keith Little. And that'll take us to the half. West Texas A&M heads into the locker room leading 48-32. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Lucas will visit with Lady Buff head coach Josh Prock and more. Buffs lead it 48-32. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. It is halftime, 48-32. West Texas A&M men have the lead. Josh Prock, Lady Buff head coach, man of many talents in the band apparently tonight. And Coach, congratulations on your win over a gritty Western New Mexico team that came. Give them credit. They came on the road and really took it to the Lady Buffs. For the first half, second half, your team comes back, fights really hard. You win 73-66. Now, are all wins pretty? No, they're not, but a win is a win. And so your thoughts tonight on one that you really had to earn?
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I appreciate what you said. I 100% agree with you. Give nothing but credit to Western New Mexico. I mean, they did a great job. Their kids competed hard, made big shots. And so, yeah, I mean, you got to give our kids credit for responding and getting a win, and that's some things that you can learn from this game, and that we've got to get better.
In the first half, Coach, in particular second quarter, that's when Western really got hot. They shot 52% in the second quarter. So you go into the locker room at half and you're down by 5 points. I felt like the start of the third quarter, it was more aggressive play on both sides of the floor. What kind of things did you talk about at halftime? I mean, was it simple things, or was it things that we were needing to correct that were more X's and O's?
There was a couple of X's and O things that we had to do, Lucas, but for the most part, it was just get back to playing like you're capable of playing. Be aggressive. Get the stops that we need to get. And again, give them credit. I think we got our hand up and got in some good situations, and they attacked
the basket pretty well.
Yeah, they attacked the basket. They made some big shots too. So, again, sometimes you got to tip your cap and tell your opponent, hey, good game.
Yeah. Offensively, Carly Machenbacher leads the way with 22 points. Did a good job, got to the free throw line a lot tonight, was 8 of 12 there. And thought you got good production as well from the young lady that I talked to, and that's Nylam Thabach. When she was able to stay on the floor, she got in a little bit of foul trouble, but when she was on the floor, Coach, both offensively and defensively, she was a force.
Yeah, I mean, she's continuing to get better, and if she ends up hitting her threes like she is right now, that's going to be extremely difficult to guard her because now she can pull you out and go off the dribble and stuff like that. So Nylam, she changes the game defensively when she's in there because whoever's their post kid, she can shut them down. And Jayla does a great job with that as well too. So it hurts when she gets in foul trouble more so offensively than it does defensively.
She transfers from Northwest Nazarene, so she's gotten better as the season has gone on. I talked to her about that tonight and said, you look like you're playing more confident as the season is going on. Is her potential, she can keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think she's as good as any post in our league, and she continues to get better each and every game. And one thing I do want to bring up, I think a lot of times, Lucas, and this is just such a weird thing in basketball.
Yeah.
That people always say you practice like you play. And I've never been a believer in that. And I think this week testifies that because I don't think we played a great game today. I think everybody sees that we can get better. But we maybe had the 2 best practices of the year that we've had here.
Okay.
And so, I've never been a believer in that. And so I think people that, I think that people think that that's the truth, and it's not because your mentality in the game is different than in practice. And and our kids go hard at practice. They push each other and stuff like that. But the game is just different.
So when you say that mentality, because you're going to come out on Saturday and again get a tough Eastern New Mexico team, obviously that would love to beat the Lady Buffs, would love to beat you here in Canyon. So mentality-wise, what did you talk to your team about after the game, knowing, hey, we won this game, but we got to be much better?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just personally challenge everybody, But I think another thing, I don't know, what other coaches do this or not, but this is just I can speak for myself. I don't look at my girls and say, hey, you need to get better at this and this. I say, look, I got to get better. I've got to do more of this. I've got to do more of that. And I think as a coach, you got to lead the way.
Yeah.
And your girls have to see that. And I think they see that with us coaches. We lead the way, and we work really hard at that. And so, our girls will get there, Lucas.
Lady Buffs win 73-66. They defeat Western New Mexico, and again, we'll be at home on Saturday against the Greyhounds. We saw you playing in the band earlier. If Josh Prock really did play in the band, what instrument would you play?
Well, the thing I think I'd want to do is play the drums.
Yes.
Just because, if you have like a bad day or something, you can just bang on them, maybe make yourself feel better.
Like a drummer in one of the 80s bands, right?
Yeah, I think I'd want to drum. I played the trumpet a little bit, but I think I'll go back and do the drums.
There you go. Hey, great win tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with the Lady Buffs on Saturday. Take a quick timeout. When we come back, got an interview with national champion and Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year for the Lady Buff volleyball team, Tatum Stowe. You don't want to miss that. We'll be back, the Buffs lead 48-32 over Western New Mexico here at halftime. Hi, everyone. I'm Lucas Kinsey with WT Athletics and Thunder Vision. Today we have a special treat for you as joining me is national champion Tatum Stowe. Tatum, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So the Lady Buffs win a national championship. They defeat Concordia St. Paul 3-1 in Seattle, and they bring home a 4th national championship in program history. Tatum, for you, talk about this team. To win a national championship, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of execution, and throughout this season, we saw that from your team. But it also takes other things as well. So what made this team so special and really everything come together to win it all?
I feel like this all started in the summer when the summer workouts with Ramey. A lot of the girls showed up just to start putting in that extra work, and I feel like that really has helped carry on into this season. I feel like everyone just really bought in. All 20 of us bought in and just knew like we're doing this for each other and with each other.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a big part.
As you go back and you look at the season, is there a moment that stands out to you where you either thought to yourself or you just said it out loud maybe, hey, we've got a team that can end up being best in the country when this thing's all said and done?
I feel like I always knew we were good, and I feel like in the preseason that showed when we were playing really high-level teams and we're neck to neck with them or even beating them.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like when we swept MSU Denver, that was a big one. winning the Lone Star Conference, that was another big one. It's just everything just kept building up.
Yeah. And one thing, you won so many in a row. I think it was 26 in a row that they finished with, that we forget that you actually lost a few matches this year. But go back to, you lose a match on the road against UT Tyler, and then you didn't lose again after that. But it was that very next week, you got to see that same team here at the box, and it's like there was a little bit more intensity, more focus from that point on.
Yes. After that loss, we took a lot of time to reflect and learn what we could fix and learn them as well. And when we were ready to play them again.
Yeah. Now this young lady is very humble, but I'm going to brag on you for just a little bit. A sensational freshman year for Tatum Stowe, one of the top blockers in the country. She finished, I believe, 5th overall in total blocks. She was all LSC. She was the Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year. She also was all region. And she was an honorable mention All-American. All of that in your first season with WT. You couldn't have dreamed up a better freshman year, Tatum. What do you attribute all of that success to in your first year as a Lady Buff?
Just the girls, my teammates, the girls. They just taught me how to, the culture here. They taught me the traditions, taught me everything there is to know about being a Lady Buff, and that just the leadership of the seniors just helped me so much.
Well, was there anything that surprised you coming from the high school game to the college game? Because that was what I noticed so early, is that you were picking up things so well.
It's a lot different. It's a lot faster. There's just so much more that you have to focus on. But once again, the girls helped me in the summer just to learn it before season even started.
Yeah. Tatum, you were coached this season by not only the National Coach of the Year, but also the Assistant Coach of the Year. So Kendra Potts, Casey Shingler, I'm going to throw Brooke Alberson in there as well because she did a tremendous job. What makes these coaches so special? I mean, to be recognized, they were recognized before the Elite Eight, and then we ended up winning it all. But what makes them so good?
They just genuinely care about us, not just as volleyball players, but as humans as well. And they understand that we have stuff going on in our lives, and they're always here to help us out. And all the stuff behind the scenes that they do, they're just amazing.
Yeah. You mentioned some of the players helping you in your freshman season, and you played with some really good players like Tori Miller and Kayla Elliott and some other players as well this season. What did they do specifically to help you? Because I know there were probably a lot of things behind the scenes that made you feel more confident when you stepped out on the court and it was time to go.
I feel like they just know you and what you're thinking, and they were able to see when I was tight or nervous and just tell me stuff to focus on and stuff to do, and that helped a lot.
Yeah. So in one of the broadcasts that I had this year, Sarah Ramey, strength and conditioning coach, came up and got on the mic with me, and we always have a lot of fun. She was bragging on you, but she also said that she had a goal, and that was to get you a little bulked up. She said, I saw I think it was a tricep forming on Tatum's arm, and she was pretty proud of that. So talk just quickly about some things you want to work on in your off season. Already a national champion, but I know you have a great career ahead of you.
I would like to work on getting stronger with Ramey more. I also need to work on getting my arm swing faster and just getting faster overall.
Yeah. You played high school volleyball at a tradition-rich program, Hereford High School, and had a lot of success there. And, people in the Texas Panhandle love their volleyball. They just love it here. And then you come to West Texas A&M, where people love it maybe even more, or just at the next level. Talk about how special that was for you to play here at the box, to play for this community, and then ultimately win it all with this community.
Yes, it's just the community support here is unmatched. I've never experienced anything like this. After the game, all these people wanting to hug you and just talk to you about the game and all this stuff and get to know you. It was so cool to win this for them too, and just take it home and see everyone here welcoming us home. It means a lot.
Well, you had a great season. Congratulations again, Tatum.
Thank you.
National championship banner hanging here at the box. Tatum Stowe, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center at the half. Buffs lead it 48-32. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Buffs closed with a fury, shooting 50% from the floor, 15 of 30%. Western New Mexico started out with the hot hand, but they fell off. The Buffs defense forced turnovers. as well as several missed shots down the stretch. Western New Mexico just 38% at 11 of 29. Buffs 8 of 18 from three-point range. That's 44%. The Mustangs just 2 of 8. Buffs have gone to the line 12 times, dropped down 10 for 83%. The Mustangs just 8 of 15. That's 53%. Mustangs have committed 11 turnovers to 8 for West Texas, and the Buffaloes out-rebounding the Mustangs 19 to 17. Looking at the individual stats for the Mustangs, Littles has 4 points, 5 rebounds. Heath has 3 points, 1 rebound. Avalos with 2 points. Lewis with a team-high 10 points, 2 boards. Cash with 2 points. McFadden with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Ola Peterson with 4 points, 2 rebounds. And Hohenstein 5 points, 4 rebounds. For the Buffaloes, Muhammad has 1 rebound. Mashak with 8 points, 3 boards. Journey Phillips with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Larry Wise with a game-high 13 points, 2 rebounds. Eweezy with 6 points, 4 boards. Julius Brown with 11 points, 4 rebounds. Holt has 2 rebounds. Damian Thornton 6 points, 1 rebound. Again, the Buffs shooting 50% from the floor, holding Western New Mexico to 38%. How about fast break points, Lucas Kinsey?
Yes.
The Buffaloes with 16 fast break points.
That's what I've been waiting for, Kent.
To 0 for Western New Mexico. Points off turnovers, it's pretty even. 12 for the Buffs, 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I just think, over the years with Tom Brown's teams, the Buffs they're at their best when the game is fast-paced, when they are out and running, the defense is scrambling, and you're either attacking the basket in these 3-on-2, 2-on-1 situations, or you're attacking the basket and you're leaving somebody wide open on the three-point line. And 8 threes and a half, Kent.
Yeah.
I'll take that as well.
Haven't seen that in a while. Buffs basketball to start the second half. Larry Wise to inbound. And it'll be Brown bringing the ball up court. Buffs going from our right to our left here in the second half of play. Brown in the corner, up top to Thornton. He's wide open. Elected to pass it up. 10 on the shot clock. Brown from 20.
The impressive thing about Julius, Kent, is it doesn't matter. A lot of times he's got taller defenders that are guarding him, but he gets the defense off balance. He always gets a good look, it seems like.
Here's Cash. He's going to drive strong to the rack and gets the bucket to fall.
Yeah, he had to put that really high over the defensive Larry Wise. Cameron Bell slapped on the arm there.
Foul is going to go against Cash, his second. First team foul against the Mustangs at the half. Thornton with the inbounds, goes up top to Wise, back to Damian for 3, won't go. Cameron Bell fights for the rebound, jump ball. It's going to be the Mustangs basketball. Bell going up against Josh Johnson, 5'10" against 5'6".
Well, I do want to mention this. Yesterday, Cameron Bell, happy birthday. For the Buffs, he's been a fun player, around for several seasons, was on that team that went to the national championship.
And just a sophomore. Go figure.
We may still have some eligibility left, Kent.
That COVID year really changed things up.
Our knees say otherwise.
Yeah, my knees say there is no more eligibility. Floater missed by the Mustangs. Rebound to the Buffaloes. Here's Thornton.
Buffs being real patient here against this zone look from Western.
On the wing, Damian for 3. All right, zone it. They'll shoot over it.
Yeah. And these threes become contagious, and everybody starts wanting to put them up.
Little floater missed by Lewis. Wise for three, too strong. Nice rebound by Littles. He's going to take it down court himself, out of control, and he draws the block on Thornton.
That's the second time tonight that Thornton has tried to step in and take one in the chest. And maybe he's not set, offensive player definitely out of control.
In this one here, he may have been inside the arc.
True.
He was pretty far under the basket.
Yeah, official, you see there giving Damian the explanation. And, I like that. Kent, the game has changed, and there's some things that you and I don't like. We're a little more old school. We don't like, as the first free throw is missed by the Mustangs, I don't like when players are obviously arguing and showing up the officials. But if you get a situation like that where I like to see the official come over, explain the call, and the player honestly learn from it.
Yeah.
Say, okay.
And as we saw in the replay there, the call, obviously, the explanation was not you were inside the arc. He was outside, so he must not have been set.
Yep.
Littles makes one of two, makes it a 53-35 contest. Wise in the corner to Wallace. Addison backs in, now dribbles back out to Brown. Brown says, I'll put up the three. Can't get it to go, but there's Wise with the rebound. Larry outside, step back to Wallace, all alone up top, drains it.
Well, there's, the scouting report is going to say stay off of Wallace, but Kent, they were way off of him, so he had to put that one up, and good shot for Addison.
All right, Addison's got some new shoes tonight, Lucas.
They do have a little bit of a gold.
He's got some gold. It's not chrome. I don't know what to call it. It's not sequins, and it's certainly not gold lame.
No, it almost looks like something you'd see.
It's got some metallic on it.
It does. Looks like maybe something you see at Notre Dame,
Look
perhaps.
At those, would you?
The Fighting Irish? I don't know. They worked on that last. Good job by our cameras there, camera operators, as the three was splashed in for Addison. So if he continues to shoot well from the outside, Kent, I'd say stay with gold.
He'd been wearing some shoes that were kind of peach in color.
Yeah.
Salmon. He brought out the gold tonight.
Yeah, you can't wear salmon after Christmas. I don't know.
After Christmas, you can't wear salmon.
I don't even know if you should ever wear salmon, but you can eat salmon.
Tied up on the baseline, kicks it back out. Here's Wise in the corner with 8 on the shot clock. Triple teamed, and they're going to call a jump ball, Buffs basketball.
That was really good defense by Western New Mexico. Zane Gibson felt like there was a travel.
Yeah.
I did too. But it was good defense by the Mustangs. Western, this one is slipping away here on the road. Another wide open three for Damian.
Gotta love it.
And that's just miscommunication defensively. You leave someone wide open off the inbounds play.
Damian has 4 threes tonight. Here's Littles, drives hard, stuffed by Wise, who maintains possession. Who wants the three? Wallace says, I'll kick it outside to Brown. Brown in the paint, loses the ball, and we've got a foul. And this will take us to a timeout.
Yep.
See what we got here.
Look at that block.
And then he comes up with the basketball. 15:48 to play. Timeout on the floor. Buffs lead it. 59-35. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
It is a 24-point lead for the Buffaloes of West Texas A&M right now over Western New Mexico. WT kind of starting to put this thing in cruise control. Mustangs don't have a field goal in over 3.5 minutes.
Buffs basketball. Toussaint to Wise, back to Thornton. Muhammad. Cross court to Wallace. 4 on the shot clock. Spin by Addison. And we'll have a foul.
Yeah, he kind of gets pinballed as he goes through the paint.
Foul goes against DJ Heath, his second, team's third of the half. That's going to send Addison Wallace to the line shooting. Knocks down the first.
Buff's opponent on Saturday, Eastern New Mexico, right now in the second half at the Rip Griffin Center. The Greyhounds trail by 8 against Lubbock Christian, 55-47. Still 11 minutes to play in that one. Wallace made the free throw.
Knocks them both down. He's got 5. Buffs lead up to 26.
Yep.
This got out of hand quickly, if you're a Mustangs fan.
Got a foul on the Buffs inside there. They got a mismatch. They switched on the screen. Toussaint was stuck underneath, guarding Peterson.
Damian picks up his 4th.
In a battle of second. It was a battle of Denmark versus Johnsburg. Right? Oh.
Backing in and misfiring McFadden, but the Mustangs get the rebound. Avalos in the corner. Kicks it outside. Quest spins, falls down, and gets called with the walk. Just got ahead of himself there. Turnover against the Mustangs. Buffs on an 11-1 run over the last 3:07. And for the Mustangs, that was turnover number 13. Muhammad. Right side to Wallace. Muhammad lost the ball, regained possession, spins, and scores. Avalos spins, went up, came down, and walked. And the Mustangs losing their composure a little bit in the second half. Josh Gibson arguing that Avalos had a hand on the ball, and that forced him down, but Nick Atwood said no.
They are a better team than what they're showing right now, but they are just running into a buzzsaw tonight as well. I mean, WT on both ends of the floor can't. This is before the game started. We talked about what the defense. Can WT, be more consistent defensively tonight? They have been, and you've gotten that consistency with the offense, obviously. So
we're seeing the turnovers tonight. Muhammad on the wing, up top to Mashak. 3 short. Peterson tracks down the rebound to Heath, who misses the layup.
Yeah.
Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oweezy.
Just under 14 minutes left in this half, and Western has only 3 points in the second half.
Wow. That's a drought. McFadden puts up a three, misses. Aweezy with the rebound, and Tony Avalos going to be called for the foul, his second, team's fourth.
I'm watching Zane Gibson. His body language on the bench shows from that last possession. Ball is inside. You got a big man 6 feet from the basket. He wanted him to shoot the ball, go up and shoot it. Instead, you pass out and get on the perimeter a tougher contested three-pointer.
Mashak with a floater, won't go. Ball saved, Western New Mexico, and Mashak trying to get a steal, ends up fouling Jalen McFadden. For Mashak, that's his first, team's third. 63-35 our score. Buffs comfortably ahead right now. 13:25 to play. We have seen leads disappear this year. Down on the baseline, Peterson misses. But we've got a foul. This is going to go against Brock Mashak, his second. Buffs fourth as a team. The most recent large lead that evaporated, or nearly evaporated, was against Midwestern State 2 weeks ago. Buffs ended up winning by 1 point. At the line, Hohenstein missed the first. He is 1 of 7 tonight. Native of Veracruz, Mexico, misses again. Mashak with the rebound. Muhammad from 17, no, but Holt with the rebound and the putback.
Nice finish there for Ryland. This Western team can't, now just to give some perspective here as they go underneath, a nice finish.
Yeah, that was Ola Peterson with the bucket, and he'll go to the line for the and one.
So back on December 17th, Western New Mexico won at home against UT Tyler, who's number 19 in the rankings. They lost only by 6 against Angelo State. They beat UT Permian Basin by 1. I mean, they've been close, 70-60, loss at Midwestern State. This game tonight, not indicative of what.
This is one of their rare lopsided contests.
And give a lot of credit to the Buffaloes for the way they have played.
Yeah, this is they played well Saturday at Odessa, UT Permian Basin. They're playing well tonight. Holt for 3, no good. Mashak with the rebound. Toussaint drives, finds Mashak in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Mustangs. Avalos down court. The block called against Mashak, his third.
Buffs keep trying to get that charge call, Kent. They have not gotten it. They keep trying. Good effort, Brock.
And Buff Nation, with their team up 27, still wants the call.
I mean, to me, that one looked like a lot of contact into the chest of the defender.
Yeah. (65-38) our score. We still have 12-13 to play in this contest. Inbounds comes into Hohenstein. Oh, who sets a mean pick. Journey Phillips runs into it, and Hohenstein called for the foul. That one was every bit as good as the one Addison Wallace had in the first half.
Boom. A little bumper car action out there. The jolt.
Journey Phillips to Bell on the wing. Outside to Toussaint. Zach kicks it to Phillips, who drives in, goes in amongst the bigs, and draws the foul. It's going to be Hohenstein that picks up his second. And that'll take us to a timeout. 11:48 to play, second half. Buffs up 65-38. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Oh, watch out there. T-shirts flying up here for everybody. Kent Johnson, good job there on the catch. Buffalo's leading 65 to 38 over Western New Mexico in, again, for Buff Nation, this is the best performance, consistent performance that we've seen here at home by this team on both sides of the floor. They have got Western New Mexico all out of sorts. Buffs shooting 48% for the game, and they're holding the Mustangs to only 34% shooting.
Yeah, unfortunately for Western New Mexico, they caught the Buffaloes on one of those nights. And we've seen it before years past pretty frequently, but this year it hasn't been quite like this. But for Buff fans, tonight's the night, and enjoy it.
Yeah, what's that old Eagles song, Kent? Going to be a heartache tonight? It's been that way.
Journey Phillips knocks down the first, the second. He's got 6. Buffs lead now up to 29 points. It'll be West Texas and Eastern New Mexico this Saturday. Lady Buffs and the Greyhounds at 1, followed by the Buffaloes and the Greyhounds at approximately 3:15. Greyhounds down in Lubbock tonight, taking on Lubbock Christian. Double team by the Buffs. Addison Wallace and Ryland Holt forced a turnover. DJ Heath drove in, had nowhere to go, and stepped on the end line. 16th turnover for the Mustangs, just 8 for the Buffaloes. There's a 3 by Thornton, no good. Nick Jett with the rebound, kicks it outside. Wallace on the wing. To Jett. Outside to Holt. 4 on the shot clock. Addison for 3. Off the glass, too strong. Looks like pinball in there. The Mustangs come up with it. Here's McFadden, double teamed. Outside to Heath. Underneath to Hohenstein for the lay-in. I mentioned the Greyhounds down at Lubbock Christian. Checking in on their score. Lubbock Christian's up.
Starting to pull away.
Yeah, 19. They're up 71-52 at the 6.5 mark of the second half.
In conference play, you got to protect that home court.
Hohenstein picks up his 3rd personal, team 7th, so the Buffs shooting 1-1. Let's see if they're going to inbound it this time. Cameron Bell. No, it's 1-1. It's time to shoot, guys. The officials are just as mesmerized as we are about this. 40, for the Mustangs, 67 for the Buffs, as Campbell goes to the line looking to add to the Buffs' lead. Makes the first.
Good free throw there for Cameron.
You know, this is just the 6th and 7th trip to the line this year for Cameron. He's 4 of 6. Makes them both.
Cameron from the Sooner State out of Edmond.
Sold himself to the Buff coaching staff. He wanted to be a Buffalo.
Yeah, and he is all work ethic, great attitude, really good defender for the Buffs.
There's a 3 off the mark by Emmanuel White. Bell ahead to Wallace, who knocks it off his knee, but we're going to have...
Oh, was he fouled?
A foul. They're going to call White with the reach in. That'll send Addison to the line, shooting 1 and 1.
It's like they just tried to pop the ball free.
Yeah, came around the back.
Yeah.
8th team foul against Western New Mexico. Mustangs will head down I-27 Saturday to take on Lubbock Christian. Wallison makes the first.
Yeah, it's not an easy consolation there for.
Well, this is a difficult road trip.
It is.
You come here, and then you go down to the Rip Griffin Center. Wallace has 6 points, looking for his 7th. Gold shoes and all. Got it. He'll head to the bench. Ahmed Muhammad returns to the lineup, where he joins Nick Jett, Cam Bell, Jesse Aweezy, and Brock Mashak. 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores on the floor for WT. 3 from the corner, no good. Muhammad with the rebound. Mashak brings the Buffaloes up court to Ahmed for 3. Got it.
Yep, in transition, they did not locate a really good shooter in Muhammad, and it's going up and going in. I think he's got a chance to be really good, Kent, before it's all said and done here in Canyon.
34-point lead for the Buffs. Here's a drive to the rack, and the ball just won't fall for Emmanuel White. Ahead to Muhammad. Aweezy with the offensive board. His follow won't go. Good hustle, just couldn't get it to finish. Down low, Hohenstein took a step. He's having one of those nights.
He is, because he's got Cameron Bell on him. It looked like he's going to turn and score easily, but he did the hokey pokey there. Turned himself around.
Did he put his right foot in and put his right foot out?
Whatever he did, it was too many feet involved, Kent. So
it's probably when he shook it all about. 74-40, Buffaloes with 9 minutes to play, and Lucas just lost it. Journey Phillips outside, but we've got a whistle underneath. Foul called against Dane Quest, his first. 9th team foul against the Mustangs.
It's always a good judge of, if we are humorous or not, Kent. When I turn to my left to our director, Jacob Griffin, and see
he's laughing too.
Did he think it was funny or not? But it has been, no pun intended, a laugher tonight.
Yeah. It's
here,
been all Buffaloes.
And it's been all West Texas A&M. One that, as a coach, if you're Zane Gibson, you got to put behind you quickly and get back to work before Saturday.
Jesse makes 1 of 2. And as we go up court, we've got a foul. They get Meshach with his 4th. Wow.
Brock, he's an aggressive defender, gets a lot of steals. And when you play that way, you're going to pick up some fouls.
Ryland Holt checks in, replacing Meshach. Buffs looking for win number 10, and more importantly, an 8-1 conference mark with a win tonight. This one not over yet. At the line for the Mustangs, Isaiah Lewis. He was 4 of 4 from the line in the first half. He knocks down the first of two here in the second. Missed the second. Nick Jett with the rebound. Up top to Oweezy. Lob inside to Holt. Takes his time, turns around, and draws the foul.
Yeah, good head fake there from Ryland. That's going to earn him 2 free throws.
Number 4, Tony Avallo stays third, team 10. AOMS trip to the line.
So after Saturday, where the Buffs will host Eastern New Mexico, first free throw no good for Holt. WT goes on an extended road trip. They're going to be at Dallas Baptist January 19th, at UT Tyler on the 21st, then the next week still on the road at Cameron at Midwestern State.
That upcoming road trip to the Metroplex is a tough one.
Yep. You know, and I was looking at the schedule. Kent texted you earlier in the week. It's interesting. The Buffs finished the season with 2 conference games against Lubbock Christian.
Yeah,
first,
back to back.
Yeah, here at home, and then they play LCU again in Lubbock on a Thursday, Saturday, the 23rd, 25th of February.
Nick Jett.
It's more like something you see
the foul?
in baseball, softball.
Yeah. Yeah, you play your travel partner in the last week of the season, so you'll play the same team twice inside of a week, and then you think you're probably going to turn around and play them again the following week at the conference tournament.
Yeah. Now, is it that way for other
Everybody,
teams?
It should be, yeah.
Well, that's what you can say, run it back.
Lewis makes them both. Approaching the 8-minute mark. Buffs up 75-43. Oweezy off the glass. Oh, Muhammad tried to stuff it on the follow. Couldn't. Phillips with the offensive board. Ball loose on the floor. The Mustangs come up with it. Quest ahead to White. Up top to Avalos. Step back by White, knocks it down.
That's a good
Pretty
look
shot.
there. Good look. You know, White's a 6'5" transfer from UTEP, originally from Katy.
Cuts the Buffs lead to 30.
Oh, nice.
But not for long as Holt got in there and elevated with the hook. 77-45 Buffaloes, 7.5 to play. White for 3. No good. Ball goes in the corner. Muhammad tracks it down. Muhammad with the drive, the pull-up. Oweezy offensive board.
Nice.
Outside the Holt, long 3. Too strong.
Good hustle by the Buffs there, Jesse.
Last touch by Oweezy, and that'll take us to a timeout. 7:01 to play in the second. Buffs lead it 77-45. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 7 minutes, 1 second to play in the ball game, and West Texas A&M, there's been no doubt about this one tonight. They lead right now 77-45. They have led throughout most of the game. It was 48-32 at halftime. They've outscored Western New Mexico so far in the second half, 29-13. Mustangs have the ball here out of this media timeout. See what they can do offensively.
Lewis on the wing, cross court, 3, put up and missed by Cash. Rebound comes down to Mashak. Western New Mexico held to just 12 points through the first 13 minutes of the second half. Here's Jet, pull up, 15, got it.
Yeah, nice high release there off the assist from Mashak.
Buffs outscoring the Mustangs 29 to actually 13 here in the half. Avalos misses. Jet with the rebound. Pull up. From the other side, no good. Muhammad with it, goes inside, going to be blocked.
Yep.
Lewis. At 6'7", goes up, gets the rejection.
Even as high as Muhammad can jump, still could not get that shot off.
Turning the corner, Cash charges.
They got the charge.
Ryland Holt holds his ground. Amarian Cash picks up number 3. Team foul number 10. That'll be a player control foul. Checking into the lineup for the first time tonight for the Mustangs, Andrade Rossi, 6'2" junior from the Canary Islands, off the coast of Spain. Averages 1.5 points. Jet on the baseline, the reverse, can't get it to go. There's Holt with the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, Ryland looks like he's regained his strength, rebounding the ball well. 5 rebounds in the game for Ryland Holt.
Mustangs pass it around to White for 3, and he knocks it down.
It's a good opportunity here at the end for most of the second half for some of the reserve players to get in, get a lot of time, and then also get to rest the starters, get ready for Saturday.
Misses the 3. Ball last touched by Aweezy. You know, the Mustangs came in averaging 69 points a game, and they are 21 below that with just under 5 to play. They are giving up just 68 points a game.
And they gave up 48 in the first half.
Yeah, Buffs kind of kicked the door down on that one. For WT, they're averaging 82.5, and that's where they sit right now with 81. There's a foul underneath. We're going to have a hold called, I believe, against Journey Phillips. It is. That'll be his second. Team foul number 9 against WT. Fewest points allowed by the Buffs this year, 56 against Oklahoma Baptist. From there you go up to 62 scored by A&M International.
Mustangs got that offensive board, and then Holt had to foul underneath the bucket, so that'll send
That's
Quest.
Ryland's 4th, and that's going to send Dane Quest to the line, shooting twice. Quest 4 of 9 on the season. Transfer from Tennessee Tech. Good form, just a little short.
We've mentioned a lot of these players, you know, for Western New Mexico, the roster is from all over the place.
Kind of looks like University of Georgia's non-conference schedule next year.
It does. It does. Quest makes the second free throw. You know, he is originally from Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Littles is from Augusta, Georgia. Heath is from Alabama. You got players from, obviously, from New Mexico and Arizona, but then you have Spain, Denmark, and Mexico.
Yeah.
So a lot of players coming from different places to converge on the sleepy town of Silver City, New Mexico.
A vibrant, bustling burg. There's a miss by Jet. Rebound to the Mustangs. Emmanuel White, strong drive. Hello, Ryland Holt says not tonight, my friend. At the other end, Jet called for the charge. Ryland elevated.
Yeah,
for the block.
There's some shot blocks, and then there's ones that just are nasty.
Tell Nick Atwood to get out of the way. We can see it better. That'll take us to our final media timeout. 3:58 to play. Buffs up 81-49. You're watching Buffalo basketball. on the LSC Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center final media timeout. We're under 4 minutes left in this one. West Texas A&M 81-49 lead over Western New Mexico. We're going to have an offensive foul called against the Mustangs on a moving screen.
Foul number 22.
And goes against Andres Andrade Rossi, his first. Player control foul, so no shots. Here's Muhammad. Jump stop, kicks outside to Mashak, right wing to Jet. Pull up, got it.
You know, Kent, I like the way he shoots. He has a high release. It's very difficult to get in his line of vision. Good vertical leap for Jet. He's made some good buckets here in the second half.
Here's White on the wing, up top to Quest. In the corner, Cash. Down low to Quest. Works his way under. Nice pass. Isaiah Lewis. Buffs defense was converging on Dane Quest, and he found Lewis coming in from the weak side. Down at the other end, we've got a foul against Isaiah Lewis, his first. That'll send Rylan Holt to the line, shooting twice. Makes the first.
And it's interesting, WT obviously in control here, and Kent, they're going to win this game tonight, most likely with Zach Toussaint not scoring.
Incredible.
Yeah, he didn't take many shots. He was, 0 for 2. But Zach is working his way up this year, not only on the threes list, but he's trying to get up in the top 10 all-time scoring, and probably will before it's all said and done.
Foul's going to go against Journey Phillips, his third. Correction, let's make that his fourth. And that'll send Amarian Cash to the line, shooting twice. 2:43 to play, Buffs up 84-51.
Amarian's been on the team for several years. Remember his name, obviously Tony Avalos.
Ola Peterson, Ian Hohenstein.
Yep, Hohenstein.
Marion Cash. Cash makes them both. 84-53. Pull up by Muhammad, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Mustangs. Quest. Outlet to White. Up top to Quest. Left wing to Andrade Rossi. Here's Quest baseline. Backs in on Muhammad. Double team now with Holt. Shot clock at 10. White outside. Step back. Got it.
Yeah, he's gotten himself going a little bit down the stretch.
He has 7 all in the second half. Inside of 2 to play.
No good fake.
Mashak for 3, no good.
Coach wants him to run.
Pull up 3, no good by Cash. Holt with the rebound. Buffs looking to hold the Mustangs to a season-low 55 points allowed. Oklahoma Baptist, as I mentioned, 56 back on November 26th.
Jet missed that shot, but a good offensive rebound by Mashak, and he draws contact, so he'll go to the free throw line.
Andrade Rossi with the personal foul will send Brock Mashak to the line. Misses the first. Substitution for the Mustangs. Daniel Pontnak, 6'4" sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona.
It's the home of former Buff Eric Mosley.
Mose, absolutely.
Money Mose.
Mashak makes the second. Pontnak has not registered any stats this year in brief playing time. Pontnak underneath, passes up the shot, dishes in the corner to Andrade Rossi. His little floater no good. Mashak with the rebound. Inside of a minute to play, the Buffs up by 30. 85-55.
Yeah, this is exactly what Coach Brown, Coach Gove, and company hoped for tonight, is a very strong showing in front of the home crowd. And you win this one, turn around and get ready for our other opponent from the land of enchantment, Eastern New Mexico.
Long three, Muhammad, no good. Jet with the rebound, his putback no good. White brings it down, lays it up and in. And just like that, the Mustangs have 57 and avoid having the fewest points scored against the Buffs this year. But as the clock runs out, Buff Nation acknowledges WT's accomplishments as the final buzzer sounds and West Texas A&M takes an 85-57 win over Western New Mexico. The Buffs improved to 10-5, 8-1 in conference play. Western New Mexico falls to 9-6. They're going to be 3-6 in conference play. Up next, Eastern New Mexico, Saturday, 1 o'clock for the Lady Buffs, 3 o'clock for the Buffs and the Greyhounds. We're going to take a timeout, come back with our post-game wrap. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim and Dillon Group for your appointment today.
Effort by the Buffs tonight. 2 games in a row back-to-back after a disappointing loss last Thursday.
Yeah, it's always good to get a big win in conference, especially beating a good Western New Mexico team by almost 30 points. Playing at home in the conference to win it, I mean, you're going to have to win most of your games at home. So that's our goal. We want to be undefeated at home. So
good offensive production all around, balanced scoring. You had 9 points tonight, but I think just as important, 5 rebounds.
Yeah. I mean, we got so many guys that can go out there and get it on any given night. So, I mean, when we play together and we're going for each other, I mean, we're a tough team to beat. So.
Now, you and I haven't visited a whole lot, certainly not on the LSC Digital Network, but what attracted you to West Texas A&M?
I mean, just look at this place, man. This is great atmosphere tonight. Building was packed. It's just a great environment to be in, play in. I mean, the coaching staff, man, they're great, and then the people here is great as well. So.
And then you come down here. You were a shooter in high school. Have you ever known a basketball program that almost says shoot first and pass second?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Brown puts a lot of trust in us, and I mean, we're out here after practice stuff getting in that work. So, I mean, he trusts us, and we're putting in the work to shoot the ball. So.
Now Saturday, Eastern New Mexico comes to town. The rivalry game, they're just an hour and a half from here.
Yeah, they're a good team. They just beat Angela, who we lost to last week. So we're gonna have to celebrate a little bit tonight, and we're gonna be ready tomorrow. Get ready for them. So.
Well, congratulations on the win. Look forward to another one Saturday.
Thank you for having me.
That's Brock Mashak, freshman from Golden, Colorado. Attended the same high school as former Buff great Ryan Quaid. Another Buff great we got right here, David Chavlovic, being a regular on our post-game show. 2 games in a row now that the Buffs have played very solid, especially on the defensive end.
Look at you learning that, Kent. That a boy. Yeah, it's something we're really focusing on in practice, so I'm glad it's translating to the game. Really proud of those guys. I feel kind of bad for Western. Road trip last week. Now they have a road trip this week. I mean, that's just brutal for them. So, but good job by our guys.
Now, I know there was a concern over the number of teams that were shooting 50% from the floor. Midway through the first half, the Buffs had a lead. The Mustangs were shooting over 50%, but the Buffs were playing good defense.
Yeah, I thought we played really good defense the whole game. Sometimes teams just hit shots. A wise man once said, good offense beats good defense. And I might be the wise man who said that. So I believe in that. So it's fine. I mean, as long as we're playing good defense, if they're shooting 50%, we'll just live with it.
You know, balanced scoring tonight. The threes were falling. You got good production across the board.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever come to one of our practices, we split up our guys and we just let them play, and it's a crapshoot on who's going to win. So, that rounded scoring doesn't surprise me at all.
Now you've got a rivalry game, as if any game is harder than another, but Eastern New Mexico on Saturday.
They're really good. They are really, really good. They're big. They're physical. You know, they're a little different from us. They're going to start 5 big guys, basically, and try to just pound it inside. It'll be a great game.
Well, David, look forward to it. Appreciate you joining us for the post-game show. Buffs win at 85-57. Let's take this time out. We'll come back with our wrap. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance, Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Great job down there on the court. Kent Johnson with the post-game interviews of freshman Brock Mishak and also assistant coach David Chavlovic as the Buffs win this one easily tonight, 85-57, defeating Western New Mexico. We'll go ahead and put up our final statistics, the graphic for you there. And you see one of the biggest differences tonight was the three-point shooting. The Buffs make 12 threes, only 3 from outside made by Western New Mexico. Buffs win the rebound battle by 10. And then they also do a really good job with turnovers. Only 10 turnovers committed by WT. They forced 19 turnovers, did the Buffaloes, and they turned those into points. You look at points off turnovers as I welcome Kent back up here. 24 points off turnovers for West Texas A&M tonight. And Kent, you said it early in the first half, the Buffs got out and ran. I mean, this is a little bit more of what we have been accustomed to over the last several years in terms of a pace of a game, in terms of both offense and defense, and it worked out well for WT.
It did. There was flow, at least until the final 8 minutes.
Right.
But the Buffs showed they can get out and run. You know, what's fun to watch is when the Buffs run and then they pull up and take the three at the other end. And tonight, as you mentioned, the threes were falling, hitting 12 of 34. That's 35%, but they dropped down 12, and they really did it without Zach Toussaint. You know, he
sure. Yeah, if you would have said, hey, Zach's not going to score any tonight, I mean, and we're going to win 85-57, okay.
Okay, we'll take it. I hate it for Zach.
Sure.
All that, but it's all about the team, and the Buffs. The Buffs showed what they're capable of, and as we discussed with Brock Mishak, and as you and I talked about during the game, this is back-to-back solid performances on both ends of the court by the Buffaloes, and I think, if you're Eastern New Mexico, yes, they are a strong team, but you have to be ready for what you're going to play on Saturday because the Buffs appear
hitting their stride.
To be hitting their stride,
yeah.
Absolutely.
You look at WT, Kent, you talked to Brock, and he did a good job. Nearly was in double figures with 9 points. They got Juju, Damian Thornton, and Larry Wise all in double figures, but really just good production, whether it was offense or defense, from everybody that touched the floor tonight.
Let's take a look at the final statistics here.
Yeah.
Again, our final score, 85-57 in favor of the Buffaloes. The Buffs from the floor, well, just shoot 39%. That equated out to 26 of 67. They held the Mustangs to 36%, 19 of 53. Three-pointers, the Buffs drop in 12 of their 34 attempts. That's 35%. They hold Western New Mexico to 19% at 3 of 16. Going to the line, the Buffs 21 of 28, 75%. The Mustangs really in the first half shot themselves in the foot from the line, and then as the game got out of hand, it was irrelevant, but they were from the line just 16 of 29 for 55%. Buffs out-rebound the Mustangs 46-36. Turnovers, the Buffs force 19, commit just 10 themselves. As we said, the Buffs 24 points off turnovers to just 13 for Western New Mexico. The bench outscores the Mustangs 38-24.
It's a lot of bench points.
It's a lot of bench points. Let's take a look at the individual numbers. First, our visitors from Silver City. Keith Littles had 5 points to go with 6 rebounds. Amarian Cash, 6 points. Josh Johnson had 1 rebound. Isaiah Lewis led the Mustangs with 15 points, 5 rebounds. Ian Hohenstein, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Dane Quest, 1 point, 4 boards. DJ Heath, 3 points, 1 rebound. Tony Avalos, 2 points, 1 rebound. Emmanuel White with 9 points, 7 coming in the second half, and 2 rebounds. Jalen McFadden with 2 points, 3 boards. Andrade Rossi played 6 minutes, had 1 rebound. Ola Peterson had 7 points, 4 boards. And that rounds out the individual stats for the Mustangs. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown, hot in the first half, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Damian Thornton, 12 points on 4 3-pointers, 2 rebounds. Cameron Bell with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Addison Wallace, 7 points. Larry Wise with 13 points, 4 rebounds. Jesse Awizi with 7 points, 8 rebounds. That will be his season-high rebound performance. Ahmed Muhammad, 5 points, 5 boards. Brock Mashak with 9 points, 7 rebounds. That'll be a career-high rebound outing for Brock Mashak. Ryland Holt, 7 points, 6 boards. Nick Jett, 4 points, 5 rebounds in 12 minutes of action. Zach Toussaint played 17 minutes, 0 of 2 from the floor. Journey Phillips had 6 points to go with 3 rebounds. So, Lucas, that wraps up tonight. We turn our thoughts now to Eastern New Mexico, who comes in Saturday. Never an easy game.
No, and they're going to be hungry for a win because they did, I believe, fall on the road at Lubbock Christian tonight. Is that a final?
Yeah, the women lost 77-55. Men lost 89-65.
Okay.
So that will do it here from Canyon, Texas tonight. Lady Buffs, number 20th in the nation. Strong fourth quarter, overpower Western New Mexico 73-66. And then the Buffs increase their conference mark to 8-1 with an 85-57 win in the nightcap over the Mustangs. Special shout out to our Thunder Vision crew, director Jacob Griffin, camera operators Tyrone Leggett, Duncan Noose, Gavin Rutherford Baca, and Landon Profit. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey, as always, it was fun. Until Saturday, I'm Kent Johnson saying so long,